I do not seek my own will, but the will of the one who sent me. When Jesus speaks of the one who sent him and his desire to do his will, he uses the term Father. It's understandable that Jesus would desire to do the will of a father, of a loving, caring parent, one who understood and knew his best good. The challenge for many around him that caused great anger and frustration wasn't simply that Jesus was speaking of his own identity as the Son of God, but because he was imaging a certain way of relating to the divine that for many seemed unfathomable. The idea that this profound power, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent being of the universe was intimately, personally knowable, particularly concerned and uniquely invested in each and every life, just as a parent is with their child. On one hand, that can be a beautiful image and a great invitation, and on the other hand, it can be challenging, because although family can be a source of great joy and happiness and beauty, there can also be much pain and dysfunction in the midst of our family relationships. No family is perfect. The challenge is not to take what we know of our human family and project it onto God. If we do that, then oftentimes the difficulties we have in relating to our own families, we find manifesting in the difficulties in how we imagine God's capacity for love for us. But in fact, we're called to allow God's love to fill the voids left in the imperfections of our human relationships, knowing that no one is ever perfect, and yet his love is still present in the midst of them. That's why in our first reading, we are invited by the prophet to understand, as the Lord says, "Can a mother forget her infant, be without tenderness for the child of her womb? Even should she forget, I will never forget you." The beauty of this statement also opens a whole possibility of maternal and feminine imagery of understanding our relationship to the divine and to God. But it also recognizes that even as profound and deep as human love is, as life-changing as the love between a parent and a child can be, God's love surpasses that. The invitation given to us this day is to recognize that the imperfections of our human relationships don't inform how we understand God to be, but the perfection of God's profound, abiding, and never-ending love is what allows us to trust ever more deeply, even in the brokenness that may be our own lives, families, and relationships. God's goodness surpasses fulfilling even more profoundly the longings of our hearts, the needs of our souls, and the desire for intimacy, connection, and belonging